Most companies are spending their time running side-by-side comparisons of GPT, Claude, and Gemini to see which one writes a better email. But debating which chat interface has the smartest replies misses a structural reconfiguration of where business logic actually lives. Focusing on the chat window ignores the fault line forming in how intelligence is deployed. This AI divide represents the primary risk businesses face. On one side, you have closed AI, where you access intelligence through an external API. You are renting it. On the other side, you have open-weight AI, where you download the model and run it on your own hardware. You own it. Relying solely on that rented side of AI means permanently outsourcing the core intelligence required to operate your company to a third party. Closed AI offers immediate convenience. You get rapid deployment and polished interfaces, and the provider handles all the scaling and server maintenance for you. When you route workflows through an external provider, your data becomes permanently tethered to their ecosystem, creating total technical dependency. Open-weight AI allows you to break that tether. You download the model files and run them entirely on your own internal hardware. This gives you absolute control over your data. It never leaves your boundary, which allows you to safely train the model on your deepest proprietary business logic without exposing it to the outside world. The primary trade-off is the technical effort. You become responsible for the infrastructure, the server costs, and the governance required to keep that system running securely. Renting intelligence means accepting a third party's pricing, uptime, and data policies as a permanent operational constraint. Owning the model converts that intelligence into a balance sheet asset. This decision determines whether a company operates as an independent entity or remains a permanent tenant of a single tech giant. For a long time, the open-weight option lagged behind the big cloud providers. In 2026, that capability gap closed. The turning point was the release of frontier-level open-weight models like GLM 5.2, built specifically for heavy business use. GLM 5.2 shipped with a 1 million token context window. This allows you to load entire corporate archives, full codebases, and decades of legal histories into a secure local system and reason over them in a single prompt. Crucially, it's weight-released under a permissive MIT license. This legally allows you to self-host and deploy the model for commercial purposes, without restrictive vendor oversight. While the software advanced, the hardware caught up. New edge computing architectures, like the RTX Spark chips, eliminated the requirement to rent a data center to run these large models. The convergence of MIT-licensed software and localized edge hardware means running a frontier-level AI brain is now technically and financially viable for standard businesses. Regulators are drawing strict lines around how this intelligence is deployed. Frameworks like the EU AI Act now draw legal distinctions between the providers who build the AI and the businesses that deploy it. Sending highly sensitive financial or medical records out to a closed cloud API carries legal liability and data privacy risks that most compliance teams will not accept. The solution is the hybrid stack. Companies are mapping their data flows and routing them strictly based on risk. Generic, low-risk requests go up to the cloud. High-risk, proprietary data gets routed down to the local open-weight server. Building this hybrid architecture allows you to maintain cutting-edge AI capabilities while meeting the mandatory corporate data governance required to protect your business. Over the next 90 days, there are 3 strategic mistakes to avoid. The first is committing entirely to a single closed ecosystem, tying all your workflows to one provider's pricing and policies. The second mistake is dismissing open-weight models as hobbyist toys. Organizations that ignore them are missing out on productivity and cost advantages that are already being deployed by competitors. The third mistake is restricting AI to a simple chat interface, instead of building background operational agents that continuously process long context workflows. How you apply this depends on your role. Individual professionals should use closed models for fast iteration on daily tasks, while relying on open-weight models for deep, secure analysis of complex projects. Founders and enterprise teams must divide their stack. You use the closed API for broad marketing and general automation, while mandating OpenAI for proprietary IP and regulated decisions. Failing to match the correct hybrid AI architecture to your specific operational needs creates an immediate and severe competitive disadvantage. The market winners over the next 3 years will be the organizations that intentionally design a balanced hybrid AI stack. At Knowledge Equity Partners, our goal is to bring you the practical insights required to scale your operational efficiency. If you found this breakdown valuable, please subscribe, like, and share the video so we can continue bringing you these strategic deep dives. In our next episode, we will show you exactly how to wire up models like GLM 5.2 for real-world finance and business automation. See you then.